A lot of trash talk, he call himself making a name. I put on the jets, the coach regret even letting them stay in the game. See my route took a tumble, next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle, you just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble, never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic, now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic, dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic, here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on, smash, put on the gas. I will not crash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on now, let's go!
Let's go now. 8, read. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
You ain't doing nothing today. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Oh, that pump. 58, boys, 58.
Hey!
Hey, here we go.
Fire!
On 1st and 10, McGrath. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step.
It got his man complete. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Go!
Come to me, it's me. Let's go.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Come get some. Come on here, come get some.
Kamara. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, check, 59.
On first down, McGrath. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Check 26.
Fair. Be triple.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Yeah.
Kamara trying again. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
59 Mike. Check, 59. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Mike, check, 59. Go.
Get it.
Go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Drop deep, drop deep.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs or putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run.
From the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. You know, a week ago was one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen. He had 5 sacks. Here we go again.
And he's the type of player that'll keep an offensive staff up all week trying to figure out how to slow him down. But at some point, they just have to take account of themselves and say, I've got to get bodies in front of him so he doesn't disrupt our offense totally.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Throwing on first down. McGrath. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Trey Boston shot through on the safety blitz for the sack. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Go.
Check, 59.
Second and 14. Throws right side, and that's complete. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
First down, New Orleans.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, Sam off.
3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Ready? 10 over. Hey, shoot.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
On first and 10, McGrath going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Next to score, Saints 10, Panthers 0.
out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A pretty big opening there on first down. 8 yards up to the 33. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bilal Nichols able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 3rd down, Gunn going deep here for Parker. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
58, boy, 58.
Ready?
Operating from the gun, McGrath. Good move at the 30. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
1st down, Saints.
Let's go now. 10-2 start.
Watch the slip, watch the slip. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
From the gun, McGrath. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, McGrath. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Here's Kamara off the draw. And he's got this down to the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go!
58, Mike. 9, sweetheart. And 58 is the Mike. So 58 is the Mike. Watch the curls. 58 to Mike, 58.
Hey, Orbit.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine.
And that'll set them back 5.
We got this.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 58, boys, 58, Mike. You ain't going nowhere.
Operating from the gun, McGrath. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead going to an opposite color jersey.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
It's going to be a long
Hey, Haywood.
Mike, check. 59. I got it.
Smooth.
From the gun, McGrath. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Check 59.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They come out here in the I.
59. So don't say nothing.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On 2nd down, Woodward. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Looking to throw. McGrath to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And this one is right through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
Huh? You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Throwing to start the drive. Gunn. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Give him 7 on the play, and it's a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Got it.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Hey, exit.
58, boy. 58. 58. Come on, let's go.
Second and 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Hey, wahoo!
Right, check. 59. Quit talking about it.
Off play action. McGrath. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the first down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Running with Kamara. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it with Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Operating from the gun. McGrath. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, They've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
I don't think you got it, son.
Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd. Waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Set, hut, 70 ending. 55. Here I come.
On first down, Gunn. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Marcus Davenport, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
You think you gonna get that?
2nd and long. And Thomas has it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 35.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5 at the Saints' 30-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Gunn. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
To throw on 2nd down, McGrath. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Throwing on 3rd and long. McGrath. Throwing right, and that's complete. The 30, 10, 5, and he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter.
Ready? 30 base.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Hard.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Now for the point after. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Saints 28, Panthers 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Here we go.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped short of a 1st down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Looking to throw. Gunn. And he's got the hook up to Moore. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number one cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
At the Saints 11-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
To throw on 3rd down. Gunn. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. Well, they're lucky. If that was roughing, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, still 4th.
But now it brings up a decision, doesn't it? Now you're in a position where maybe it changes what you do.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Oh, that's offline. He hooked it. It's no good.
And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Mike, check, 59.
Bravo.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field.
Throwing on 1st down. McGrath. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now Kamara. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Look at me. Go.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 39 yards there, a big one.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check, 59.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Mike, check. 59.
Get it.
Back to throw. McGrath. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And his kick is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone,
and he loses the football a second time. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Gunn. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And they were buoyed, Charles.